Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Spain and soccer are champions!
It doesn't get any better than that.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalized approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Game and Frame, where it's Cup weekend. We will feature a round of 16 Manning Cup match between New York International and New York Athletic Club, with winners taking on Lansdowne. Next feature in this Manning Cup. In the quarterfinals, of course, as we know, the Manning Cup consists of the upper echelon teams in the APSL. There's only 16 teams in this Manning Cup, some which have already had a bye in the next round, example Lansdowne. Therefore, this first round matchup between New York International and New York Athletic Club is the first round matchup. Let's begin with New York International, who currently sit 5th in the APSL in their first season, in their inaugural season at this level, while Nyack sit 2 places below in 7th place, but coming off a very impressive 6-1 win last time out in Staten Island against Richmond County. Of course, these two teams, as we know, both feature in the APSL, and they will also play a further match in some weeks' time on November 2nd in Traverse Island. So a couple of games for these two sides to get familiar with one another. First, of course, this Manning Cup match, this very important match for both sides, of course. As we know, a cup run, a crucial cup run, can take you a long way, as we know, as of course they also will fixate their attention in their APSL duties. And like we've mentioned, these two sides will also feature against one another in New York Athletics home field at Traverse Island on November 2nd. But the main job is here today at Randall's Island, where these two sides will feature in this Manning Cup. Slight delay to kick off. There was some football being played, not the football that we feature here live on Game and Frame. It was a bit of a football youth league game, American football that is, being played on this field. Had to just clean up some stuff on the pitch and assess the pitch a bit, but after a slight delay we will soon to kick off this Manning Cup match. As we know, New York International will be sporting their all-black kit, and of course New York Athletic Club will be sporting their red kit as well. We're just about to have our first blast of the whistle here. Referee in position, and we're off underway here at Randall's Island Field 70. New York International, as we said, in their all red kit, attacking from right to left and in first possession. Shamir Mullings with the first question of the Nyack defense, and the first shot came in rather sharpishly and quickly, and Wenzel had to sprawl down to his first post and needing some urgent action in the very first seconds in this cup match. Very good beginning, and another shot comes in from Mullings, who lashed that one in with anger. Two very good efforts from the ex-Lansdowne striker. We will get to that in due course, as like we mentioned in the pre-match, The next opponent for both of these sides, one of these two sides rather, is Lansdowne in the next round of the Cup. There is a couple of ex-Lansdowne players on the cards here today. Mulhare for New York Athletic Club, Shamir Mullings, like we mentioned, who led the line for Lansdowne, now leading the line for New York International. As ball into the space, let's just see this action first, as it'll be overhit and into the arms of Wenzel, who will play out of the back. New York International, who began the season very, very well in the APSL with a couple of back-to-back very impressive wins, as of late have lost a couple of matchups, one including to the New York Principians, of course, but still a very promising season for New York International. Like we mentioned in the pre-match, their first season in the APSL, now trying a press at the Manning Cup, and why not? Olowin is dispossessed, but gets his possession back. Olowin infield to Singh, who's in the 11 today. Wide to the left-hand side. Some service comes in. A little bit of spillage, and Mullings just applied his boot to the ball, but couldn't make a firm connection. Kind of stabbed at it with the bottom of the studs. Good beginning, nonetheless, from New York International, who both of these sides, of course, it is a cup match, maybe can play some new faces. Here's one of them, Singh, that from my previous New York International game began and came on off the bench, now starting in the 11 for New York International. Then at left full back for New York Athletic Club, or NYAC. Let's go with NYAC, so we can go a little contrasting. New York sides, of course. NYAC playing their football at the beautiful Traverse Island. Has to be said, a very lovely venue to play your football. We are in possession, trying to articulate something from the back. Roca just about in play. Olowin appealing that it went out of play. There's 232s on the field for New York Athletic Club, but I believe the center back is Gaylord, and the left full back Kenne, I believe. So we'll with that. Nonetheless, 232s in the defense for NYAC. Singh on the turn. Husanov, the center midfielder from Uzbekistan, a very technical maestro in that department. Little pirouette and spin to find his left full back. Afif, also two from center midfield, dispossessed in this occasion. Roca. Further pass forward. Eric Anderson back to dispossessed. Eric Anderson, who featured last week, I believe missed the first couple of matches for New York International, but a very important fixture to their side, as we saw New York International's run last year in the Cosmopolitan First Division. Was a very important player, actually in the middle of midfield, now lining up at the right full back, and here he is, Duan course in possession, marauding up from the right hand side, cuts infield, tries the flat service to Olowin, who has just about enough green grass ahead of him to retain it in play and go backwards to Anderson. Anderson harassed by two and will win aside a set piece, a throw-in, excuse me. thrown in low to the very explosive Olowin. As we've seen previous in streams here live on Game of Frame, an explosive player with pace and athleticism to burst. Here is Shamir Mullings on the turn. Clever turn and spin and shot from Mullings. Again, Wenzel down to collect. Speaking of goalkeepers now, in the New York International net is Gary Philpott. Let's just see this action first as Olowin picks up the first ball. Hosanov on the half turn, playing to Sane. First time over the top, flag is risen, offside. In the goal for New York International is Gary Philpott. Gary Philpott, as we know, a mainstay last year in the Cosmopolitan First Division. This in the APSL this season. Jagea Gilden deputized in the New York International net for some games. This cup match is Gary Philpott's duty at the number one in the goalpost for New York International. Gary Philpott, who is a let's just get back to that point in a second as a New York International try the left-hand side. Ball is kind of congested in that area. There's some space for some crossing, and Mullings at the back post. Good stab cross to the second post where Mullings was lurking. Riley and Champengele at the back. And in from Husanov back to Philpott. Philpott finds Anderson. Husanov. Anderson delaying a second, finding Singh. Olowin is on a sprint forward. Flag is down. Olowin has a Afif in the area. Tried a low service to Afif, but in the wrong time possibly. Kene. Now Roca. Back to Kene, who clips it towards his center forward. Purchase, that is, who's going over to press Philpott. Some space left to Husanov, who picks up his head, tries a clipped ball over the top to Afif, who's going over to press the goalkeeper. Will clear lines. Mullings. Mullings using his frame to get a couple touches on the ball and find his right full back. Olowin. Infield. Exchanging with Singh, dropping the left shoulder, finding Mullings. Mullings backwards to Riley. First time Sane at the left full back. Mullings clips. Kim has a bit of trouble with the control. Can now clear hard into touch. Gary Philpott, as we know, a coach at Westchester SC in the professional leagues in the USL 1. And other than that, a very good communicator, also sporting the captain's armband. If the mic effects can pick it up, is always communicating with his defense and articulating where and how the defense and so the midfield should assess as referees whistle. a set piece for Nyack. They can load the area with Shakreli, Kim, and a couple others teased into the heart of the area. Philpott will collect and will try to locate his center forward. Mulher back to Wenzel. Kim. Corre, like at left full back, had some space for a clipped ball towards the left-hand side, but the ball is now trickled out of play. Sane. Riley splits a line neatly. Couple runners towards the right-hand side. The shot is deflected. On the turn, it's a sprinting Roca who has to just check his run. Sane dispossesses him. Afif. Anderson can reset. Mullings dropping between the lines. As we know, this is a cup matchup, and if it is remaining scoreless and or tied at the end of the 90, we will go straight to the spot, to the situation of the penalty kicks. But of course, a long way to go. Awkward there, and Philpott has to just stick out a boot as Anderson will win aside a free kick. Bit awkward there, but Philpott just had to extend the right boot as that ball was coming rather quickly back to his vicinity. A little awkward moment, but danger averted for New York International. Now they can try to build something up from back to front. Furthest back is their goalkeeper, to Oscar Chamingele. No Joshua Adejokun in the New York International squad today. A couple of other absentees as well. I'm not exactly sure if that's a tactical thing. As we mentioned, this is a cup match. Maybe a good time to rest some players, or to see some new players in different positions and or as such. But no Joshua Adejokun today, their talisman. But his deputy, of course, a very prolific centre forward of his own, Shamir Mullings. Also to know Jordan Trott, Dan Cohen, to name a few names that I have seen previous in the New York International team sheet. Molloy as well. But certainly still a very adept roster and a very adept bench that New York International have on their cards in their arsenal today. Kusanov is beaten to it. Purchased with 1 and 2. Roca pops it up with the shoulder. Corey from left full back will tease a delicate ball to Roca, who finds the advancing full back, who was just behind the winger who tried to serve something in. Kusanov, Roca. Some space to work with in transition now for New York International. Infield, Afif. Anderson Has some space to pick up his head and tease one into the area. Cleared away first time. Husanov beats Purchase. Sane. Going to ground was Afif. An opportunity for Nayak as the first controller eludes, allowing Husanov to get back in to try to put a block in. Service is deflected out of play. Husanov will drive away, waiting possibly for Olawin's movement, who spun out to the right hand side. Court. Husanov. Olawin. Couple of body feints. Riley. Philpott. Trying the direct approach to Olawin from one goalkeeper to the other, as Wenzel had a good starting position. Rocca will play out to the right hand side, dispossessed by Sane, who also maybe is playing a new position today as well. We've seen him in the middle of midfield. We've also seen him play at centre back now, lining up as the left-sided full back. Maybe it's a bit of a mix and match, but only the clubs can know what is the piece to the puzzle that they are trying to work for. A Afif service with the back heel Mullings up in the air towards Singh, and Wenzel will come out and collect. Infield to Kim. Olawin has a little nibble at him, but he can find his centre back and assess a bit of possession with the short pass backwards to his goalkeeper. Olawin is on the press, but it finds the left full back in Kore. Anderson advanced the press. Good bit of pressure from New York International, just forcing Nayak backwards. Wenzel lifts his hand and serves towards Purchase. Riley wins the first one. Low shot, dragged wide. Feel free, guys, to tune in for more Game and Frame action. Galicia 2 is currently taking on New York Finest 2 at the field very behind us in the DRPino Cup, live here on Game and Frame. Penn Cyprians will take on Doxa at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night in the APSL Metropolitan Conference at Queens College. Zoom also will take on the New York Greek Americans at 8 p.m. on Thursday, midweek action in the Metropolitan Conference. And finally, on Thursday as well, Central Park Rangers will take on Hoboken at 9 p.m. Of course, also APSL Metropolitan Conference. Purchase on the turn. Off a couple of cleats. Roca will tease it delicately with the left foot, but a quickly risen flag for offside. Philpott just wants his teammates just to spread for an angle to build out. Really, bit of wind here, has to be said. Not as windy as it was in the afternoon, but maybe those long diagonals are a bit tricky to contest. So give or take. Need pass, flag is down. Olowin through on goal. Trying something intricate. With the sole of his boot, maybe just tried to lay off to Mullings, who was arriving late in the area. Kennett asking for the square pass. This square pass is dispossessed by Husanov. Mullings, first time. I believe also New York International have a bit of a thinner, wider bench rather than New York Athletic Club. See for Nyack a couple of substitutes, one being big name in Kondrakis, who features regularly for the matches in the APSL. Let's just see this as Afif is through on goal. Wenzel back on his goal. Afif bypasses him, forced a bit wide, stumbles, and in the end Nyack can get bodies behind the ball and clear the lines. Wenzel stayed at home. Truth be told, maybe a good decision in the end, as Afif had to bypass him and maybe took a bit of a heavier touch than necessary, allowing the Nyack bodies to get back in, clear out the danger. A very big chance, although a shot never came in, for New York International to open the scoring. Mullings thought about extending the boot. A little push on Riley, but the possession will fall back to Sane. Husanov. Jamigele. Roca towards Purchase. Flat. Shakrali was making a late run forwards. Bit awkward, and Philpott has to go to the circumference of his area to collect. Kenne makes an interesting dart forward. Still in possession and couldn't really connect with that shot or locate Kenne, who was just picking up an interesting position between the right centre back and the right full back. We remain at 0-0. New York International with a sprite beginning in the first couple of minutes. Shamir Mullings had a couple of attempts on goal. Moreover, in about 3 or 4 minutes ago, Afif was bearing down on goal one-on-one with Wenzel and elected to bypass the goalkeeper. Just took a bit of a heavy touch and allowing the Nyack bodies to get back to clear out the danger. Two very promising chances for New York International. So too Nyack had a couple of interesting forays forward. But so far, Wenzel and or Philpott haven't been too troubled by anything. There is a well-weighted ball to Singh, but offside. Some communication with fullback and winger, maybe about the press. Anderson just jogged over to have a word in the ear to Olawan, maybe about the press and how and where the line should be set up to press. Also the angles of the press. Here's Olawan on the press. Backwards. Gaylord back to Wenzel, whose pass only finds Olawan. Husanov can latch on to the second ball, dispossessed by Purchase, who got an all-important nibble. Olawan with advantage given from the referee. Afif from the left-hand side. Flag up. So lifts towards the halfway line. Purchase tries to flick. Roca gets a touch. And a further touch. Roca into the air. Coming together of bodies there. Philpott will open up with one touch and serve towards Olawan. On the left-hand side. Back to Husanov. Olawan towards Mullings, using his body. Dispossessed. Good bit of defensive work from Roca. Philpott with a commanding call of keepers in good starting position to clear the lines after made this decision to come off his line. Kim dropping in the pocket. Breaking pass towards the right hand side, but Sane first to it and felt some contact for a free kick. Of course, guys, today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobacks, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobacks gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobacks.com and start planning your dream trip today. Corre from this left-hand side. Kawasimi at center forward, doing a good job just to link the play a bit. Lovely raking pass again to the right hand side, trying to find Shakreli's movement. Afif on the turn. Afif now from the left hand side, cutting it. Mullings was just a step behind. Back and forth in the last minutes. As we know, in this cup, these cup fixtures, there aren't any in and out substitutions as they are in the Cosmopolitan First Division, like an APSL matchup. Once you get substituted, you can not re-enter. So most likely these 11 men from both sides, it's 22 men, will maybe begin the second half, unless there's a tactical change at halftime for either of these two sides. But so far a good intense game. A couple of half chances that have gone either way. So far no goals, but as we know, it only takes one moment in a game of this importance. Something possibly extraordinary, something possibly out of the ordinary to break this defense. Back to Riley. Wenzel a long way off his goal, communicating with his centre back and clearing lines. Good goalkeeping. Seen Philpott do that once as well. That early starting position, very important for a goalkeeper. For that bit of service behind the back line, you have to make a decision swiftly and be assured in your decision, and of course clear lines, in which he did. Kim. Roca with a little clever nutmeg on Olowen. Roca driving forward. Roca who we've seen has a very nice left foot to him. Teases it into the area. Just a bit overhit for his centre forward. Husanov. Afif. Mullings made a sprint forward. Anderson. Afif. Husanov. Exchange of 1 and a 2. Gelle. Singh was offside and just told the centre back not to play on the ball in that instance. "38 minutes gone here. We remain at 0-0. Naya can try to build something out now from the back. Really, these areas have really given both sides some time in possession here. Just about as that there isn't really a full-on press, but baiting the other side to go backwards and or forwards to serve a long ball, in which Wenzel does now to allow New York International to have a throw-in. Really just about finding a correct combination, some maybe intricate passing between the lines, and certainly a final piece, a final product to allow the goal-scoring opportunity to come into fruition, and of course to take care of the finish. But both sides certainly trying different routes, trying to break the lines, to go vertical. And as we know, the importance of set pieces in cup games, especially one set piece, can take you a very long way, as we know. So something to keep an eye out in the second half, as it's floated over and Riley controls with the chest and pops into the air. Afif, Singh first time, Mullings pulling off the left-hand shoulder using his body. Free kick. Centre back can drive into some space. Maybe could have driven a little bit more. Wanted to break a line to the centre forward. Kim controls. Mulher backwards. Mullings cutting off the angle. First time by Purchase. Anderson. Afif. Husanov. Sprays it to Sane. Afif now. Sane on the underlap. Singh got a little touch, and the clearance comes in the end towards the halfway line, and Riley will go backwards to Philpott. Kim. Chamangela will go backwards to Philpott. Some last minutes in this first half. Clipped. Flag is down, but the pass was under hit. Roca. Corey. Back to the left full back. Pressed by Olowin. Has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. As we've entered the 45th minute. Not sure how much stoppage the referee will add on, but good press here from New York International. Kim had to go across. Husanov picks up the seconds. Drops his shoulder. Afif. Sarafif still in possession. The answer is no additional time. Possibly just on the 45-minute mark. The referee will blow his whistle for halftime. Halftime here at Randall's Island Field 70. The Manning Cup round of 16 matchup between New York International and Nyack. Scoreless at 0. Stay tuned for the second half.
That is Unger, and what a save by Jesko! Great shot that Jesko somehow kept out.
Decent ball. Equalizer. Oh! What a save! Point blank save from the Sanzak goalkeeper.
Piedrahita! Going down to the left, Piedrahita getting his hand on it.
Now in for Kawasmi. Good save from Munoz. The follow-up for Osman is wide.
Mullen. Oh, great save from Jagana. Wonderful save to flick it back on the crossbar.
That ball's fallen to the Vitus player. He's had a hit, and I think that was a really great touch by the goalkeeper, and a necessary touch, because I think that might have been just eking its way to that back corner. Dylan Apratella, huge save.
Long ball, it's dangerous up into the sun, where the internationals can't see it, and the strike. What a save that is from Jadea Gildeen. Absolutely outstanding right palm, and crucial right at the end of the game.
Over to Zane Brown. He could get here. It was a beautiful ball. Brown one-on-one with the keeper. Looks to chip him, and Hurtado gets a hand on it.
Oh, it's a great save. Huey with a great save.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half kickoff imminent here. A scoreless first half between New York International and Nyack. I believe no substitutions for either of these two sides. As we're off underway here in the second half. As we saw in the halftime presentation, feel free to tune in for the Save of the Month nominees. Voting ends today at 11:59 p.m. Some spectacular saves by the goalkeepers for the month that just passed us by. If you want to tune into our Instagram to cast your vote, please do. Voting ends at 11:59 p.m. tonight. As Kim lovely pirouette by Purchase. Philpott communicating that the ball should be cleared. Philpott stepping on the ball and just inching his way up forward. Mulher, Shakreli, back to Shakreli. Mullings, lovely ping by Philpott and control by Mullings, all the way in offside. Clipped, flicked, and cleared by Riley, who was underneath it in the end. Sonnet with his right foot backwards to Philpott. Roca controls. Denison with some good footwork to bypass one. Flag is risen. Nonetheless, Philpott lifted his hands and saved the oncoming shot, but a quickly risen flag. Ball quickly played in. Philpott. Riley can advance.
Right, late, right.
Purchase beaten to it by Riley. Owen can control. Backwards to Anderson. Kusanov on the turn. Forced to turn his body in a negative way, but finds a pass backwards and now towards Singh. Afif. Shakreli back to defend. A one and the attempted two from Afif and Singh. Gaylord to Kore. All the way. Can allow Philpott to come out and collect as Champangela just let the ball trickle to his goalkeeper. Afif control with the left, backwards to Sane. Husanov again. Always finding those pockets to pick up the ball and transition a bit. Their midfield three is a bit of a 1+2. Husanov playing in the 6 and more advanced. The two, Singh and Afif. Shakreli, Mulher, on the corner. Purchase. As we mentioned in the first half, maybe Nyack are holding one of their two substitutes. I believe Kondrakis, the Greek centre forward who hasn't begun the game, maybe is in the wings waiting to enter. As we mentioned, let's get back to that point in a second, as Olawin waiting for the overlap by Anderson, checking in, trying to find Anderson, who checked his run in the end, and goal kick for Wenzel. As we mentioned in the first half, it is a cup game. Yes, it is very important, but given that some of these sides in the APSL have a rather deep roster, maybe it's a bit of rotation and a bit of a mix and match 11 today. Still certainly loads of quality on both sides of the fence, as we know that players in this APSL division are full of quality. Even yes, if they do feature in the starting 11, usually in league play and or not, all very, very pivotal, important players for their sides as they try to make the best possible outcome for their seasons and their ideas on how the APSL season will pan out for them. Here in this cup match, we've seen some mixing and matching, and maybe a substitute will leap off the bench to make the point of difference. Possibility, but we will see. No substitutes so far. Shakreli trying a pirouette, dispossessed by Husanov, who will poke it to now Husanov, always picking the ball up on that half turn. Good center midfielders, especially in this position. Two important factors other than their vision is how they receive the first pass and their next movement afterwards. Husanov, a very technical midfielder, as we've mentioned. A lot has gone through him. First time. Peels. Left towards Afif. Afif dancing onto his right foot. Afif thinking about Olawin, finds Olawin in the end. Mullings pirouette, using his strength. Olawin will serve it. Dangerous service. Afif has to lengthen his stride to retain it just about in play. He does so. Towards Husanov. Afif service, played away first time. Afif appeals of a handball. Clever little dink by Afif, almost found Mullings. Kushanov's diagonal, pinpoint to Afif. First control delicate. Shakreli on the cover, stumbling, finds Mullings, who has a whack at it. Now with his left foot as well, and dragged wide. Couple of substitutions for Nayak. Once all clear lines. I believe Contino has checked in. Philpa. Afif. Riley's diagonal. First contact by Mullings, allowing Wenzel to come out and collect. Is a low service towards Purchase. Don't believe Kondrakis has entered yet. Still, Kawasimi is leading the lines, and here he is just on cue, winning inside a free kick. Kawasimi, who has, according to my research, has 3 goals so far in the season. So if Kondrakis enters, rather maybe when, I believe there's a substitute now being prepared as well for Nayak. We'll see that in due course, but let's see if they will play together and or maybe separately. Now is the substitution. Let's see this free kick first, and then we'll just have a glance at who the substitute is. I believe it's Kondrakis. The ensuing free kick is overhit. Indeed, it is Kondrakis who has entered off the bench for Nayak, the Greek centre forward. Let's just see his positioning as Kawasimi still on the pitch. Here he is trying to cause a bit of discomfort to Chambengele. So far, no substitutes for New York International. I believe They have possibly 4 or 5 to choose from, maybe 4 if I can glance correctly, as Olawin lengthening a stride from the right hand side. Olawin to the second post, just a bit overhit for Afif, but needing a defensive touch there. Afif to take the in-swinging set piece, going to be taken with right-footed in whip. Here is the service to the heart of the area. Winsel applied a knuckle to it. That a play for Enayak throw-in. Of course, guys, if you guys want to tune in for more game and frame action, Galicia reserves are taking on New York finest reserves here at this very field behind us. Live, DRP Cup matchup. If you guys want to tune into that, right behind us on field 75. On Wednesday night, the New York Prince of Brune Freedoms will take on Doxa at 8 p.m. at Queens College in the APSL Metropolitan Conference matchup. So too in the same division, Zoom Schneider will take on the New York Greek Americans Thursday night at 8 p.m. And finally, Thursday night as well, here live on Randall's Island, Central Park Rangers will be hosting Hoboken, 9 p.m. kickoff in the APSL Metropolitan Conference, live here on Game and Frame. Of course, some of these midweek matchups are due course of the cups that are being played. Yes, this being one of them, but so too the New York, the Amateur Cup that the sides from New York featured in. The New York Greek Americans beating the New York Pan Cyprian Freedoms. Doxa also featuring so too Lansdowne. And a frantic win by Zoom Schneider against Onsers with a final scoreline of 7-3 in overtime. Yes, you heard that right, a scintillating match of football at Roosevelt Island Day. Zoom Schneider will take part in the third qualifying round in the National Amateur Cup. Afif waiting for Riley's overlap. Wenzel can collect comfortably. Rocca was just stationed on this right hand side, clipped forwards towards him. Riley will put his foot through it, overhit. Kim has to be careful there. Appeals of a handball. Rocca can spin. Rocca opens the play to the left-hand side. Nayak trying the left-hand side and overlap. So far, no goals in this Manning Cup matchup. We remind you the winners will take on Lansdowne in the final 8. Some teams, as we know, have a bye, this being the first round matchup. Riley going to ground in the correct time is Kim. Riley, who has been advancing in the last minutes. I'm not really sure if there was a change of formation, but he's certainly advancing up the pitch much more. Began the game at center back next to Oscar Chambengele. Maybe he has the license to foray forward a bit now, as now he's just trotting back into position. Maybe that was just a Morad forward from the center back. They do remain with their back four with Anderson, Chamengele, Riley and Sané at left full back. So far no substitutes like we mentioned for New York International. Mullings, wall pass, Singh, correct timing to Olawin bearing down on goal, and Wenzel has to act like a sweeper there, the sweeper keeper job necessary for the Nyack shot stopper, who was explosive enough to beat the very quick Olawin on the sprint and poke the ball out of play for throw-in, quickly taken by New York International, dispossessed by Nyack. Couple runners ahead. They can drive into space with some transition now. Roca, Philpott's a long way off his line, and decent idea in the end. Indeed, it is Contino, I believe, that has also entered off the bench for Nyack, playing in the on the right hand side. Kondrakis, like we mentioned, we had the question is if he will play alongside or replace Kawasimi. The answer is he will play behind the centre forward that began the game with the number 25 Kawasimi. Quickly taken. Here is the substitute. Roca. It's a very good left foot. Roca trying to navigate some space for a pass. He finds it in the end. Deflected awkwardly. Very awkwardly in the end. Is this the moment for the opening goal as a substitution for New York International? See someone just hobbling off on the forehand side. Referee's whistle for the in-swinging set piece. Substitute delivers to the second stick. First contact, a Nyack touch. Philpott. Riley. Husanov. Awkwardly. It's going to bounce to Mullings, who using his strength. And coming across is the centre back, Denison, to clear. Yellow card brandished. Free kick for New York International. that is a thief that was just needing a second to get back on his feet. The free kick is going to be delivered by Khushanov, who has a loaded area. Some good service, a requisite. Teases it into the heart of the area. Mullings, first ball. The shot comes in. The snapshot, very dangerous in the end. Riley. Philpott has to stretch. Little loose Philpott, a long way off his goal. An open goal for Nyack, and they pounce on the mistake. An opening goal from Nyack, the substitute, leaping off the bench and making a difference, pouncing on the error at the back from New York International, and Nyack have hit the front. Just about under 20 minutes left in this Manning Cup round of 16 matchup. How can New York International now riposte? Mingele stumbles, has to be forced backwards. Long service, Afif will cushion to Sane. Dragi's going over to press, clip the ball towards Mullings. Khushanov. Olowin still charging up and down that right hand side. Free kick. Of course, guys, today's Game in Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. There's some substitutions now for New York International. John Stevens has entered. I believe Dia as well. I also see Alex Theodorescu being prepared on the outskirts of the pitch. Understandable now that the substitutions have to be attack-minded substitutions. Sane Maybe also has dropped into center back positions alongside Stevens, who has entered off the bench, allowing this man to go further forward. Riley, that is. As we've seen him advancing from center back, now will take up a much more attack-minded position. Here he is in the area trying to latch on. Floated towards Afif, just behind them. Thumped high into the night sky. Philpott has time to control. Riley. Naya in a position. They can see out the last 14 or so, 14 minutes left in this match for a date with Lansdowne Yonkers in the quarterfinals in this Manning Cup. New York International now have to risk to throw men forward in search of the equalizer. If they do find an equalizer and no other goals are scored, it will go straight to penalty kicks, but we remain at 1-0. For the side from Travers Island. They have some defending to do, and adept at that, as Wenzel will collect. Stevens first. Riley floats. Corre, no free kick. Ola win. Fullback gets up and clears lines. Thump hacked away. Kusanov. Kondrakis. Now dropping below. This is a lovely pass to Olawin. Wenzel, very important stop, and cleverly Afif will allow it to trickle out. Pinned in the goalkeeper on his line. Acrobatic! And a whistle from the referee. What an attempt that was. Maybe the referee has signaled for a dangerous high boot in the end. The whistle was certainly quick, but what an attempt that was by Sanfo, who was also coming off the bench. Now so too Theodorescu, replacing Mulling. So all the cards that New York International had in their deck today have been played on the table. All the chips into the table in search of the equalizer. Stevens. Olawin. Kusanov. Riley, Theodores, who certainly has fresh legs. In imploring his team to come up the pitch to press. Olowin from that press. Sanfo gets a nibble. A clearance will find the goal scorer of Nyack's all-important goal. He can drive into some space. Nyack just trying to control the possession a bit. Backwards they go. Kim. Waka. Dia pressing. Kondrakis offside. Thief. Sanfo round the corner. Sane. Stevens. Dia. Good press. Purchase. Deflecting, and Philpott low to collect. Maybe took a little nick off the underside of a boot there, but Philpott was down and comfortable in the end, playing with urgency now. Roca. Sane can cushion back to his goalkeeper. Seven minutes left in this allotted 90. Maybe a couple of minutes of at a time. So in essence, round about 10 minutes for New York International to find the equalizer. Is this their moment? Sanfo with the left. Sanfo straight down the chest of Wenzel, whose positioning was firm into the center. Straight down and collected comfortably from the goalkeeper, who will ball it down and thump it towards his center forward, O'Reilly. Sane. Have to go a bit more direct now, possibly, or try to just find that one combination that will, in essence, take us to penalty kicks. Is this it? Afif on his left foot, off the post, and out for a throw-in off the outside of the post, tight angle, and couldn't squeeze it in that near post. Afif to have rescued dueling. Popped into the air. Roca was for a moment underneath it. Played away off the underside of Riley's boot, who's certainly everywhere. Offside. Naya can just try to press a bit now, but so to get back in a good defensive line. Advantage given from the referee. Sane. Afif. Roca. Andrakis. Kusanov. Riley has runners left and right. Will delay it a bit. Throw out a long way off his goal. Acting like a on the field player if the ball is back in defensive area. An opportunity for an equalizer lashed over. Sanfo again had that acrobatic attempt, making contact with a bicycle kick before the infringement was whistled now from the right hand side, trying his effort. Andrakis will cleverly leave it. Free kick. About a minute and a half left in this 90 minutes. Kim, see how much added time that is. Certainly now the question for both sides: how much added time will there be? A minute and a half of the 90. For my guesstimation, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Kusanov over the top to Afif. Afif on his right foot, taking a second. The shot deflected. A clearance is needed. Urgency needed, as now we have entered 90 plus. We're in the hands of the referee now. How much added time he will want to add on. Will New York International have one more chance? Afif again trying the left-hand side. Riley. Flat to Theodorescu, who's dropped. Again, just about, that's very good for them. Nyack is forcing Philpott to sprint back to collect. Sane will switch the field. Just overhit. Whistle in the end. Serve it long towards Kondrakis. Back to Philpott. Finds Husanov. Wenzel imploring his team to get back. Referee puts the whistle to the lips, and final whistle here at Randall's Island Field 70. Nyack advance in the Manning Cup, beating New York International 1-0 in this Manning Cup round of 16 matchup. They will fancy a date against Lansdowne in the quarterfinals in some weeks' time. Final score here at Randall's Island Field 70. New York Athletic Club, victorious over New York International with a final score of 1-0.
That is Unger, and what a save by Jesko! Great shot that Jesko somehow kept out.
Decent ball. Equalizer. Oh! What a save! Point blank save from the Sanzak goalkeeper.
Save! Piedrahita! Going down to the left, Piedrahita getting his hand on it.
Now in for Kawasmi. Good save from Munoz. The follow-up for Osman is wide.
Mullen. Oh, great save from Jagana. Wonderful save to flick it back on the crossbar.
That ball's fallen to the Vitus player, and he's had a hit, and I think that was a really great touch by the goalkeeper, and a necessary touch, because I think that might have been just eking its way to that back corner. Dylan Apatella huge save.
Long ball, it's dangerous up into the sun where the internationals can't see it, and the strike, what a save that is from Jadea Gildeen. Absolutely outstanding right palm, and crucial right at the end of the game.
Over to Zane Brown. He could get here. It was a beautiful ball. Brown one-on-one with the keeper. Looks to chip him, and Ronaldo gets a hand on it.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here joined by Tony Rocha, the midfielder for Nyack. A very impressive win for you guys, a very important win. Of course, Manning Cup game, round of 16 game against a team in your division as well, in which you will play them in a couple of weeks' time. Is that something that you guys possibly saw in the calendar, and how did you approach this Manning Cup matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cup game, so we knew we had to come out with a strong squad. We did see in the schedule that we're going to play them in a couple of weeks, so now I guess we know what to expect from them in a couple of weeks.
Coming off as well, we said it in the pre-match, coming off a very important win last time out with a score of 6-1 over Richmond County. Winning a game and the next game being a cup match, does that give you guys another jolt of energy and a boost for this game, knowing that, of course, it is a cup match, it is now it's going to be a quarterfinal match against Lansdowne. We'll touch on that in a second, but is that also as important as the league?
100%. You know, when goals start going in, you get more confidence and stuff, and you said coming off a win, it gave us more momentum going into the game.
And now quarterfinals against Lansdowne, very big team in the APSL. What are your first thoughts on that? And given this matchup, what is next in your season?
I mean, yeah, we know Lansdowne. We played them at the first game of the season, so we know what to expect from them. They're going to come out strong, but it's a cup game, so you know anything can happen.
With the cup magic, as we said.
Yep.
Let's touch up on the game a little bit. Your positioning in the middle of midfield, you have a very good left foot. I've covered just 90 minutes of your game, but I can tell you try to break lines, you try to play some balls in between. Well, what is your game like? And at halftime, it was certainly 0-0. Second part of the question, what was said at halftime just to get maybe that goal? And we'll touch on that as well. What is your game like, and what was said at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, I try to play simple, try to break lines, try to make that kind of threatening pass. And the halftime speech was we were against the win first half, and so we knew second half kind of the balls that we were trying to play in behind, we're going to get there. And they actually came out strong second half, so we kind of had to weather the storm. And luckily we picked one off and ended up scoring. So that was the game plan. Didn't go as according to plan second half, but we ended up getting the goal.
And after your goal, of course, your goal came in off a good bit of pressure, and you guys made no mistake with the finish. The substitute off the bench, the substitutes off the bench certainly helped Kondrakis as well. After that goal, was it about seeing out the game or trying to be a little bit more defense-minded and play in transition? Because also, too, your lines were very correct and compact, and they had a couple chances. Wenzel in goal was strong. They had a couple chances, but what is that like when you score the goal in a cup match, knowing that if they equalize, you will unfortunately have to go to penalties, and we all know what can happen in penalties. Yeah. What is that moment like when you score? The next 5 minutes, we said, is the most important in football.
For sure. Well, I think we scored with like 18 minutes left, and we knew that was too long to just bunker in and kind of hold the lead. So we were going to keep the lines compact, like you said, but we were going to try to see if we can get them on the counter.
And final question, big win today here. Your next match against Lansdowne, of course, next week and the weeks after. What is on the cards for Nyack?
I mean, recover from this game, enjoy this match, and then be prepared for next week.
Very well said. Congratulations. And quarterfinal matchup against Lansdowne.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good one.
Okay. That's it for us here at Randall's Island. New York Athletic Club defeating New York International with a score of 1-0 in the Manning Cup round of 16. They will take on Lansdowne Yonkers next time out in the Cup in the quarterfinal stage. Thank you guys for tuning in.